Hello, my name is Fred Guest. I'm the Managing Director for TTS Top Talent Solutions, and we're a proud sponsor of the SIOPSA conference, and we're very happy that you are joining us. TTS, we've been part of the conference for many years. Even before we started working with TTS, our staff are all industrial psychologists. So we've been really doing a lot of work with SIOPSA. The SIOPSA event is a really sort of significant event for us every year. We're looking forward to it every year. We're a bit disappointed, I guess, like everyone, that this year we can't see our colleagues, because it's also important for us for networking, and it's good to see people. This year, I think we're excited about the fact that it is obviously a new format, and so we, in line with the theme, think that it's probably as best a time as any to do it as a virtual conference. So we're excited about seeing how that will work, and I do think it gives a lot of people more opportunity to actually get involved in the process, and I really hope people will take up that opportunity, because it's quite easy to not participate virtually if you don't commit. So I think that's a good thing. It is the new format. I think it's the extent to which we're giving people more opportunity to get involved. It's the extent to which we can reach more people in the process. And as it goes with any innovation, the learning that comes with that. And we hope people are going to really participate as part of the process. We're excited to share some of our learning. We have a number of sessions, and we hope that people are going to learn new things from the work that we've been doing. Our key purpose at TTS is essentially to help organizations make better talent decisions through assessment and simplified assessment processes. And we do that really through three sort of key components. The first is the more traditional product distribution. So a number of organizations that do that, but we have agreements with a number of best of breed sort of product providers, and we distribute their products on their behalf in the South African and in particularly the African markets. The second piece of that of our product offering sits in technology. One of the key problems that a lot of our clients have is that they want to use different best of breed products from different providers. And we also believe that there's not a single provider that can give you at least the best of breed solution for any of your assessment needs. And so for us, it was important that you should be able to use multiple providers, and that you would be able to bring them all together in one platform, so that you can give candidates a great experience, because you're basically asking them to log into a system once and they can get the assessments from multiple providers. But also to make sure that we get the data so that you can get integrated reporting going. Ultimately, we spend a huge amount of time as industrial psychologists in making sure that assessment data comes together in a report, and that takes away time for us to really spend time on feedback and helping managers and people make sense of the data. So the technology that we provide essentially gives clients the capability to deliver assessments in one platform, but it also brings all the data back into one platform, which is incredibly powerful for things like talent analytics, avoiding that you reassess people, and ultimately to get things into a single report that's easy to use for managers and easy to produce. And that's the second part, is that technology piece. And then the third thing, and I think this is really important, is it's about how you build your strategy around assessment so that you can bring it all together in a way that makes sense. We do a lot of research, best practice sort of training and work, and report design to make sure through our expertise, and as I mentioned, we're mostly industrial psychologists, to make sure that those things work together. So ultimately, what do our clients get from us? Yes, there's product, there's technology, it's about how we put it together, and at the end, what they're buying is something that we hope will make them make better talent decisions. There are a few elements about what I think makes TTS unique. For one, I think that, and you can ask that of our clients, you don't have to trust me, around this, is that we really provide good service. We have an exceptionally good local team that works with our clients in Africa and South Africa. And I think the one thing that most people will say about TTS is that we give them good service. I think the other piece, and I think this is probably more important, is there are a number of providers in the market that, distribute product. And in these days, a lot of the good products are all roughly equally good. There are a number of providers that act as what we call aggregators or integrators that is able to bring data together into an integrated platform with some reporting. And I think this is what makes us unique, is that it isn't so much about being an aggregator or an integrator at a platform level or about having good products. It is really about how you bring them together. And to do that, you need to apply some solid, good science, which is where the industrial psychology part comes in. Our CEO has got a great example around this, is that if you want to make fire, you need three things. You need, some material to burn, wood or whatever the case might be. You need heat, and you need oxygen. And essentially, you don't get fire unless you combine those three things in the correct way. So I think what makes us unique is our capability to combine the things, those three elements: our science and practice, our technology, and our products in an integrated, coherent, but flexible solution. It's one thing to deliver an assessment solution to your client almost in a one-to-one fashion. It's another to build your assessment strategy in a way that it allows you to do this across a big corporate with 30,000 people, and at the end you still have valuable data that you can use as big data for talent analytics. And you don't just do that because you have good product and a good system. There's some clever stuff that I think you need to do to get that done. And I think we do that. And if you look at our longer term clients, they, I hope, will also tell you that we do that in the longer run. We're very excited about 4 particular products that we will be highlighting more at the conference. And I think they fit very well, both in terms of the theme of the conference, in terms of innovation, because they are all 4 of them are really cutting edge. But I also think they fit really well in the market at the moment, especially with COVID and sort of all the unstructured work that we need to do, virtual work and so on. So the first of that is a new product from a company called Aon. They used to be Cute or Cutty. The market will know Cutty very well, who's now Aon, called Adapt 15. It is essentially a personality questionnaire, but it provides some fantastic information around things like digital readiness, and virtual work profiles. So that's a really important launch for us. We've done quite a bit of South African research on that, so we're very comfortable with bringing it to the market. The second sort of set of products follows that same theme, and Savile Assessments has just launched some reports out of the existing questionnaires on resilient agility, which I think is also equally important in this environment. And then the third sort of part of or product really that we'll be looking at is a bit new, I think, at least in the assessment space, which is HireView. So HireView is the world's leading video interviewing sort of platform. But they do a lot more than that. And one of the very exciting things that they do is the use of AI as part of video interviewing to really create a video assessment. So the AI really, in many ways, helping you to score the video interviewing. And as I say, they've been doing this for a number of years. It is, in our view, an absolute best of breed product when it comes to the use of AI in a responsible, fair manner, and in a way that really enhances your recruitment process. I think why it's really exciting to us as well, it is one of the first products that really came out of recruitment that is starting to make a lot more use of assessment in the traditional sense. So there's this interesting merging of assessment technology with what would typically be workflow in recruitment. And so I think it's a good example of where we cannot just think about the work that we do merely as something that is part of a piece of a process, but that it's actually starting to provide value across a value chain in terms of the way that you bring people into the organization, for example. So that's the third product. And the fourth one really is something that we've been working on for a number of years now, which is about online reporting capability. Some of the things that you can do online when you look at assessment data is just completely different than when you look at it on a sort of a 2D PDF type sort of view. And we will be showcasing that a little bit more as well. So four products, which I think is really very innovative, great application of the science, and is very relevant for where we are at the moment. I think there are probably two key themes there. Mentioning the products that we've talked about, one of the things that we're trying to do on a very consistent basis is to make sure that we look at those best of breed things that's happening out there with clients, with companies and product providers that are really they've been doing a lot of research in these areas and they've worked on it for quite some time. A lot of it also international work. And in that way, I think we want to help our clients to get access to some of the latest things, some of the most innovative thinking around this. And at the moment, HR technology at the moment has got one of the biggest booms that it's ever had. And we want to make sure that the assessment space is part of that. As industrial psychologists, if we don't do that, we'll very quickly lose our relevance in terms of the way that we bring data to these large systems. And we really don't have a lot of choice around that anymore. So I think the fact that we have access to a huge amount of really good best practice relationships with larger organizations that do a lot of exciting work is fantastic. I think the other part that we bring and that we hope we can help partner clients with is in the area of, in some way, transitioning or implementing some of these new technologies. And a lot of our consultants have been doing this work in particular for more than 30 years in some cases. We've been through, because we do assessments, and that's what we've been doing for a number of years. We have been through the process of going from paper and pencil to computer-based scoring, from computer-based to online, unsupervised administration, to mobile, to AI. And I think that learning is something that is incredibly valuable for our clients, is that in some ways, the journey of adopting a new technology is the same than it was for internet-based testing in terms of AI. Different elements, of course, but I think having the experience and how we go through transitioning through and adapting these new technologies is absolutely invaluable. And we think we can bring that to clients.